Good morning and welcome to Crafty Tuesday. And it's lovely to have you with us again this morning. Not been such a nice week, has it? Wasn't it blowy? Wasn't it windy? And even today it's quite windy. Yesterday it was so windy that our pot plants were falling over in the garden. It wasn't a very nice day at all. But bad days like that mean we can do more craft. So we've got some nice crafts to do today, and I'm sure you'll have the opportunity to do them if this weather continues. And I don't think it's very good weather for the next few days either. The sunshine's disappeared. So our theme today at Crafty Tuesday is ladybirds. Have you seen any ladybirds this year in the garden? I think we've had one ladybird. I have seen ladybirds this year. So we're going to make some ladybirds today, and there are lots of different ways you can make ladybirds, and as I always do, I've been making ladybirds during the week, so I can just show you what I've been doing, and then you can start getting imaginative and make some ladybirds and show them to me and send them to me. So the first ladybird which I'm going to show you is a ladybird made out of a stone. And I've got some ladybirds here. There I've painted stones. Can you see that one there? And there's another one here. Well, it's a little one. So there's another one there. So they're just made out of stones. I got those stones. You can get stones out of the garden, or you might be able to pick them up when you're on the walk. And all you have to do is paint them with red paint. You probably have to put a couple of coats of red paint on and make sure it dries properly. And then get some black paint and put the spots on, the line down the middle and the head on. Then wait for that to dry properly, and then you put the white eyes with the little black spots in the middle. So that's how you do a ladybird out of stones. And I've done a couple of ladybirds here. I've been doing them actually with stones that I've picked up, and they're nice little presents that you can give people. Auntie or grandma and granddad, or even mum and dad would really love a stone ladybird. When it's dry, if you have got some varnish, you can varnish them and it gives them a nice shine. Or you can put them in the garden then, just put them around your flower pots, or if you've got a garden or your own little bit in your own garden, you can put them there. Right, the next one that I've done is this ladybird here, and it's just made out of card. Very, very simple, very, very easy. You need a little bit of red card if you've got red card at home, or otherwise white card and paint it red. But you can get red card now. You can get it online, you can get it in the works, and you can get it in Hobbycraft. It's a lot easier now to get craft things. So get some red card, cut it out into the shape like that, sort of a ladybird body shape, and then get a bit of black card. And I've got the black card here again. We've got plenty of black card in the shops now, or you might have black card at home, and you can cut out the shape of the head like I've done there. What I did was I just roughly cut the shape of the head out, stuck it on, which is what I've already done there, and then with a pair of scissors just trim round it so that you've got the shape of the head around the red, so that it's a nice neat finish, just like that. Just shape it right like that. I did that just before I started doing this video. Then when you've done that, with the other bits of black card that are left over, make a very, very thin triangle, and you can, with your PVA glue, just stick that on. Again, it's a good idea if you stick it on, and then with your scissors, make sure that the pointed bits at the end, and with your scissors, you can just trim it off at the other end, and you can make it meet up like that. So you've got the middle of the ladybird. And then with the other bits of black card, just cut out little spots. And with your glue, you just stick the spots on. Just however many spots you want. I know sometimes at nursery school they put different number of spots on all the ladybirds, don't they? And you have to count them. It's a good way of learning how to count, or learning your sums and so on. It's just to look at the spots on the ladybird. So you can see on this ladybird here, I've got 3 spots there, 1, 2, 3. And I've got 2 spots there. So I wonder if you can count how many spots I've got on my ladybird. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots on my ladybird there. This one here that I made before has got 3 on one side and 3 on the other. So how many spots have I got on there? That's right, I've got 6 spots on that ladybird. So when you've done that, then all you need to do is get some white card or white paper and make the eyes. I've got some nice white paper here. Just cut out a couple of circles for the eyes. I normally get a piece of paper like that and fold it in half and then make the circle, because then at least you know that the eyes are the same size. It doesn't matter too much what size they are, but it does look better if the eyes are the same size. And they're not exactly circular, it doesn't matter. So just make 2 eyes like that, stick them on like that onto your ladybird. Very quickly again. I'm always doing things very quickly on Crafty Tuesdays. It's not the best crafts always on a Tuesday. And then with a little bit of the black card that you've got left over, using my system again, just put in the middle the middle bits of the eyes, all with the glue, all with PVA glue, like that. And then what you can do is, if you want to, you can give your ladybird a smiley face, and you can give it the antennae. And the antennae are just take a little bit of black card again, very thin black card, cut it, very easy to do. With your glue, just stick it on and just make it, just twist it at the top to make it look a little bit more like it's upright, and it looks like the antennae on the ladybird. And then you can put a smiley face on if you want, or you don't have to put a face on it at all. I don't think you can always see the faces on ladybirds anyway, can you? This is a bit like a cartoon ladybird. It's not what a ladybird really looks like. You don't see. So there you go. And then you could put the face on if you wanted. So that's just like the one I've done there, but with 1 spot less. Then the last one here that I've got to show you, I've got 2 more, but one of them is this one. That one is done with a paper plate. It's done with 2 paper plates, but you don't have to use 2 paper plates. You take 1 complete plate and just mark the triangle on it like that. You can do it with a pencil or a crayon or anything. And then with tissue paper, just stick on the red and the black like I've done there. And then when it's dry, and you can put lots of tissue paper on, it doesn't matter if it folds over the sides, the back doesn't matter if it looks a bit messy, it doesn't matter. When it's fairly dry, then take some of the black tissue paper and just make it like this, and just make it into little circles or little balls, scrunch it up and stick them on, and you've got the spots on there. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots on that one. Cool, that's got a lot of spots, that ladybird. So that's how you did that. With the top, that's another paper plate. I just cut a little bit out of a paper plate, but you could use a bit of black card like we did on the other one and just stick it on the top. It really doesn't matter, just a little bit of black card. I've got a bit of black card that I cut out here. So, you know, if you've got you've got a normal paper plate and you've painted it like I have, then you can just stick that on like that. And then on this one here, you can see with a bit of white card, I've just made the antennae. Very simple. It's just gluing and sticking. That's all that one is. It is quite big when it's finished, and I quite like it actually. You could put a face on it. I didn't put a face on that one because I didn't really think it was necessary, because it's nice and bright and it's got really big antennae and it's got quite a lot of character to it. And the last one I did, this is one that you can do now if you can get mum or dad or grandma or granddad or the person who's looking after you to take you to the shop, because I got these from Hobbycraft and they're sun catchers. Can you see that? It just hangs in your window. They're not expensive. In fact, you could buy 5 sun catchers for £5 and they take quite a long time to do. So you've got quite a few weeks craft there. Or I think they're just £1.20 or something if you buy one on its own. And what you have to do then is they provide the paints and so on. You just have to put the paints on. It does take a while. I would say this is a craft for slightly older ones of you, but it's fun to do and it looks lovely. If we do get sunny weather, you can have a ladybird hang it up in your window and it looks really lovely. So we've got various different ladybirds here. We'll go back over them again, shall we? We've got the one that's with the paper plate and the tissue paper. We've got the one that's just done with red card with the spots on, a smiley face one and one without the smiley face, but it really doesn't matter which you do. We've got the stones. If you can find stones in your garden or somewhere like that, pick up some stones. The lighter the stone is you pick up, the easier it is to paint, and you can put those in your garden. And the last one is the sun catcher, which you will have to look online at Hobbycraft, or you'll have to see if you can go into Hobbycraft and get them from there. So that's Ladybirds for this week. It's been lovely being with you again. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Goodbye.